everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, and I got a few questions since the time they announced it, and now I think it's time to answer them. So the first question that we have is, I want to know how you learned coding, Discord.js. I mean, like from which docs or website. So, coding in general. So, I've always wanted to learn JavaScript, and my dad bought me a book, 2 books actually, and the books are about JavaScript, and I highly recommend that if you want to code a bot, then you should definitely learn syntax and understand how JavaScript works, for loops, if statements, and so on. It's extremely helpful, and that's how I come up with everything, such as like modmail and stuff. It's pretty easy once you get familiar with Discord.js documentation and also syntax with if statements and for loops and stuff. So, how I learned Discord.js is I actually was following many tutorials on YouTube. Not many, I would say. So I started like January or February, like late January. And I started watching Discord.js tutorials, and the more I watch, I try to fix errors myself. So if you have any errors, I would highly recommend trying to fix them yourself before coming to me or the server for help, because it is definitely a learning experience, and if someone just tells you how to do it, completely removes the thought process behind it and the analytical thinking behind it. So definitely try and solve errors yourself. Also, a huge step to learning Discord.js is trying to create projects on your own. So this does not mean like going to tutorials and trying to see how you can do something. If you have an idea, before looking it up on YouTube, maybe go and like look something up on Stack Overflow, for example, like how to detect if something from an array is mentioned or something, and that's always really helpful. And you can just try and use analytical skills in JavaScript and Discord.js and combine them together, and you can start creating things yourself very quickly. So the next question is, have you considered working with another language besides JavaScript? So that's a good question. I've always wanted to learn HTML because I thought it's really awesome, like coding things that you can visualize. And I actually originally wanted to learn HTML before JavaScript, but then I don't know, I just kind of stopped, and then I went to JavaScript, and I found it a bit more interesting because you could use Discord.js to code a Discord bot. I really wanted to code something similar to Sounds Utilities, so I started learning JavaScript. And so definitely HTML. I might try Python at one point of time. Maybe Java for different like higher maintenance projects. So so like Python, Java, and HTML. Okay, the next question is, when did you start learning code? So I started learning code late January. But before that, I was reading JavaScript books and stuff. So I guess it's not just January. So I'm guessing it's like, I would say 6 months. Maybe not 6 months. But like, I've definitely had some practice before Discord.js. So the next question is, what resources or of hardware do you need to code/dev well? So you actually really don't need that much. As you can see, I have like a really garbage potato laptop, and I am able to make videos and code and dev a bot that's really nice. So and obviously it's ideal to have a better laptop and keyboard and stuff, but you don't need it at all. Like 4 gigabytes of RAM on a laptop is absolutely fine. Next question is, how long did it take to learn Discord.js? So that's a good question. So Discord.js, I think it took me like a month or 2 to get really familiar with the documentation. It's really not that hard. So I would say like a month around. Probably one of the tips I have for people trying to learn Discord.js is just watch tutorials, and instead of just copying down the code, watch them, in each line that they type, try and understand what that line does and how you can recreate it. I've been learning just Discord.js for around a month or 2, but I've had experience with JavaScript before, so it was easier to understand the syntax. So, the next one is, will you ever move on to different content instead of coding? Yeah, I've always wanted to move on to gaming videos, but, you know, like, there's always going to be, potential to make gaming videos, but there's not going to be infinite tutorials that you can make on how to do something. So, yeah, I'm trying to save up for a better PC. I'm currently monetized on YouTube, so trying to save up for a PC using the revenue. And yeah, thanks for the question. Next question is, how old are you? So this is a really popular question that I get from people. I know it sounds like I'm like 3 years old or something, but I'm not. I'm 14 and I'm turning 15 very soon. If you listen to all my other friends, they sound like 20-year-old like grown men. So it's just me, I guess. I'm hoping to get a deeper voice soon, but I'm not sure when that will happen. So thanks for the question. Next question is, how did you learn how to code? This is for the Q&A, by the way. So, as I said before, I learned how to code by not just looking to other people for help. I don't think I've actually joined like any servers for help or anything. All I've done is just try and figure it out myself, which is very useful if you're trying to learn a coding language, instead of looking stuff up, copying and pasting and stuff like that. If you really do want to learn the language, and if you just want to get something done like a Discord bot or something, then obviously you don't have to learn the code, but it's a really nice experience to learn code and figure out things yourself, because once you do that, you will feel really great about yourself. So yeah, that's all the questions that I have for now. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions that were not mentioned in this video because maybe you were late to submit them, that's fine. You can just leave it down in the comment section below, and I might make a part 2 if I get enough. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will hopefully be an updated Carlbot video, because the old one is pretty outdated. So yeah, see you guys. Peace.